Hey folks, welcome back to Warcraft 3 Reforged. Uh, Frozen Throne, I guess this would be. I'm the Mysterious JG. Last time I finally came to hate the way the game everyone else seems to hate it, as an attempt to wrap up the main game and the story of Warcraft 3 with a symphony of frost and flame just turned into an unedifying nightmare of crashing and bullshit. And I just got fed up, and if I hadn't repeatedly mentioned in passing that I was going to do the bonus campaign, I think I really would have just tossed it. So the bonus campaign starts crashing on me. Yeah, I don't know how much patience I'm going to have for that, but it did seem to be a free thing. A symphony of frost and flame crashing as much as it did. I did go back and check. My memory of the regular non-Reforged edition ending was not quite accurate. From what I could see on YouTube, there weren't a ton of different wacky things done with the game engine and comedy and stuff. There was a thing where they would have different talking portraits or unit portraits over the, on the bottom left during the credits. And the credits did consist mostly of just big battle scenes. But that Earth, Wind, and Fire, Heed My Call, or whatever song does go on a bit longer than whatever weird, small portion of it that they loop in the Reforged ending. So I don't know what the hell's going on. There's a lot of Reforged that just seems sloppy. But nevertheless, we're going to finish by doing the bonus campaign, the Founding of Durotar. I need to wrap this up because I've kind of decided that when I finish this, I'm going to start my RTK 14 Let's Play, and that's probably more people will be interested in that than are interested in this, but I guess that will remain to be seen. But our story has been orcs get a message that doom is coming and leave by a boat, and then later on, only with Frozen Throne, when the Naga introduces a race, they throw in some missions where you have to fight the Naga, Thrall, but not Grom, gets straight, he and his forces land on an island in the sea between Lordaeron and Kalimdor, I guess, and do some stuff that involves Naga. But basically, this is a story of them getting out. Human campaign is this weird plague appears amongst the human territories, and the undead start to rise up and take over. With specifically the Prince of Lordaeron, Arthas, becoming an evil Death Knight, servant of the Lich King, who turns out to be some orc from a prior game, but whatever. Undead is about the undead beating up the elves. Then the orc invasion of Kalimdor probably has the strongest narrative overall, because you are playing as the good guys throughout, and the orcs are trying to sort of start their own society, their own country, where they will be free from their endless identity defining battle against the humans. But the demons kind of come back. A demon shows up and infests some of them, and it gets into the whole backstory of the orcs, and the orcs fight and free themselves from demonic control. Then the Night Elves wrap up the main story by being the force you're technically playing as all of the forces, Alliance, orcs, and Night Elves work together to defeat the Burning Legion of Evil Hell Dudes. Then you have Maiev chasing Illidan around. Really, we don't learn as much about her, other than that she's really obsessed with vengeance. It's mostly about Illidan, who's working with the Naga, and then he recruits the Blood Elves. So it's elves who have fallen on hard times and are being picked on by humans and are addicted to magic, team up with the Naga and decide that all together they're going to destroy the Frozen Throne because a big demon told them to. Then we split our time in the Undead campaign between Arthas crushing all those who would oppose the Frozen Throne and becoming the Lich King himself by fusing so that he and the Lich King are one entity, and also the rise of Sylvanas Windrunner, I guess her name was, to be the leader of a new undead faction which is not ruled by the Burning Legion or the Dreadlords, I guess they're trying to start an undead nation state? That one just seems weird to me. But apparently in World of Warcraft, the undead continue to be bad guys, including Sylvanas, I guess. I don't know. So the last thing bridging the gap between Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft is a little bit about... because there's no orc campaign in Frozen Throne, and the closest we get is going to be this bonus campaign, The Founding of Durotar. Because I guess in World of Warcraft, the starting point is basically that you can play as a member of the Alliance or a member of the Orcish Horde, and you can probably play as Night Elves and shit. But they all have their own, like, strongholds. They're all hanging out on Kalimdor to a certain extent, because Lordaeron is kind of run by the undead, and I guess you can go on missions to try to kind of get Lordaeron back. World of Warcraft has its own long, and as far as I can make out, really kind of dumb lore. Apologies if you're a big World of Warcraft person, but there's a problem when you're writing fantasy to continue to have, like, if you can't ever wrap anything up because you're always trying to get, you know, a new expansion to have people continue to play a game, it becomes very unsatisfying storytelling. But to get, anyway, to bridge the gap to a world where you can be a hero of all these different groups, the orcs, basically, they fought and freed themselves from the control of demons and demonic taint. But they haven't really built their own place yet. And that's what this one's going to be about. So I've talked long enough. Let's get on with The Founding of Durotar, which is a very strange little campaign. Doesn't work the same as any of the rest of these. It's got 3 chapters. And we're going to be starting a brand new game. To Tame a Land. But each of the chapters is much longer than a regular chapter, and the difference from one chapter to the next is pretty non-existent. Act 1, To Tame a Land. In the months following the Battle of Mount Hyjal, War Chief Thrall led the Horde back into the central barrens of Kalimdor. Freed at last from generations of demonic corruption, the orcs looked forward to building a new homeland for themselves in Kalimdor. They settled in a harsh, rugged land near the Barrens' eastern shore. Thrall named the new nation Durotar in honor of his heroic father, who I guess is part of the story of Warcraft 2. Maybe Warcraft 1. I don't really know. But Thrall looking very different here.
I have wandered alone for many years, little Misha. Yet sometimes even I grow weary of this endless solitude.
Misha is his girlfriend,
obviously. The other races. I have seen their squabbling, their ruthlessness. Their wars do nothing but scar the land and drive the wild things to extinction.
Still, it is nice to have someone to talk to other than you, Misha.
They cannot be trusted. Only beasts are above deceit.
Yeah, Misha, not a great conversationalist. Let's get away from it, because as I just said, I'm not interested in their wars.
The steel of Mogren, Jax. Hold fast, stranger. You shall not stand alone.
You'll be dead soon.
Damned cowards.
Oh, it's the Scottish ogre.
Your
I mean, orc.
stomach's been split open. I can do little to ease your pain.
Here's some salt to help your wounds.
This should be a good death, if not for my failure.
Yeah, he's a very
failure.
proper actor orc.
A crucial report to my chieftain in the lands below. But now I have failed him. I have lost my honor.
Oh no, it's Karen Bloodhoof, isn't it?
Message, old one. For the sake of honor, I will uphold your charge.
I don't speak your language, so that means nothing to me.
Seek out the city of Orgrimmar. Find War Chief Thrall. Tell him.
Find Thrall, War Chief.
May the winds bear you swiftly
wow,
to your
he died suddenly and violently, all things considered. He's like, well, I'm slowly dying.
Well, Misha, it seems we'll be seeing civilization after all. Let's get moving.
I've been playing Diablo long enough that as I see those corpses, I suddenly want to explode them. Yeah, so we have to seek the city of Orgrimmar, which is, as it turns out, will be extremely close by, and there's really no place else we could possibly go. But this campaign basically plays like a huge dungeon crawl. With lots of different areas you can go to. It's a weird midway point between Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft, where we're playing as this one hero the entire time. We never have the ability to build units. We don't really gather resources in the same way. We never gather wood at all. We can gather gold only to buy items for our hero. And I kind of enjoyed it a bit, just because I liked the Orc campaign and I missed them being in Frozen Throne. But, yeah, it's kind of... Maybe on hard it would be more interesting, but there's not a whole lot of tension to it. When your hero dies, you automatically revive at a resurrection stone like this one. Although there are many resurrection stones, only one can be active at a time. To activate a resurrection stone, simply approach it and use the magical... until the magical inscriptions begin to glow. So one of the problems with this game is that... Oh, Mogren's report. Letter is magically sealed. But yeah, one of the issues with it is that there's not that much tension. Because if you die, you just reappear here.
I'm ready to track.
So you go around, you kill stuff, you gain experience. It's like a really rudimentary MMORPG. But it kind of tells the story of it tells the story of what's happening with the orcs during the events of Frozen Throne, and the game would feel pretty incomplete to me if we didn't do it. So let's just do a run through it.
I'm acting on instinct.
I'm not really sure how long it's going to take to do if I don't do anything that's like optional, or if I don't take my time and try to level up as much as I can. Those are little tiny little quillboars.
My quarry nears.
Oh, I thought I was going in a... Yeah, this is the only direction I could go in. Because we were standing up here on this bluff, I guess, and we jumped down.
I wander alone.
To see the battle. But anyway, our skills are Summon Misha and Summon Quillbeast. Quillbeast is a ranged thing, but it's got timed life. Misha is basically a summon creature that has time. It doesn't have timed life. So even though Misha has a name and even doesn't talk, but we talk to Misha. Like the idea that Misha's our pet and confidant and whatever, but yeah, Misha's gonna die a lot during this, and we'll just keep summoning new Mishas.
I've got the scent.
Yeah, we're just up here like, humanity, or civilization sucks, we are a man of the wild. Oh, let's immediately get involved with the troubles of the first person that we come across.
On the prowl.
But I played through this whole thing. Again, this is like just something to goof around with during the long holiday. And what I found was there's a few points where things are tough enough that I die, and it takes several tries to clear. But they're very few and far between areas like that. Most of the time you're just like not really in any trouble. You may be wondering, well, how come you're never getting in trouble? I mean, aren't you occasionally going to need healing? You don't seem to have a way to heal. Well, that will be addressed fairly soon.
Flush them out.
But we get up to like level 15 rather than maxing out at 10. I think the heroes max out at 15 by the end of this. But you have like a ceiling how far you can level up on each act, and at the very, very end of the story, in act, there's a replenishment potion.
Flush them out. What lies before me? I'm acting on instinct.
So we do kind of try to full explore the map, but this is more about finding side quests than it is finding like individual loots. I guess we'll find loots in the traditional way, though.
I wander alone.
Yeah, there's apparently a whole bunch of Razormane scouts right outside. But yeah, this is the city that we were told to seek the city, and it's like we were right here when we were told to seek the city. So we should have been able to see it from our starting position.
Our paths converge. Our paths converge.
Our paths converge, razor-mane brute.
On the prowl. I wander alone.
So I don't know if this mechanic has
acting on
started yet, but
instinct.
enemies will respawn. You don't clear areas completely as you do in some of the other games.
The look of an ogre, half-breed. What's your business here?
Ogre business.
I
I'm on
carry
ogre
a
patrol.
message for your war chief. I'll not stay long.
Okay, whatever.
Our paths converge.
And guys that we're not supposed to be fighting are invincible, so we don't actually get to, like, try to take over the city of the orcs or anything.
A warrior city. I have not seen its like in many years.
Prune juice, a warrior's
Stay close
drink.
to me, Misha.
Or sit, whatever.
Shore up those supports. When the razor winds kick up again, they'll tear those roofs right off.
Razor winds?
Yes, War Chief.
Yeah, whatever. I guess razor winds are a
A
problem.
moment, war chief. I come to deliver a message.
A war chief moment. A message moment. I come to deliver a
How did
war
you come
chief.
by this report? Where is Mogren?
What's going on?
He fell in the wilds. His last wish was that you receive this message.
Who are you, warrior?
I am Rexxar, last son of the Mok'Nathal.
I murdered my brothers.
Nathal. I've heard tales of your people. They had both orc and ogre blood in their veins.
So your people was basically a family that was
Is an
formed
honor.
by an orc and an
Built
ogre
this
that got it
kingdom,
on.
Durotar, for all of our kind.
But mostly orcs.
Durotar is as much your home as it is mine, Rexxar.
Well, not really. I built it, so it's
Stay
my
a
home.
while.
And
Accept
listen,
what hospitality we can offer. It is the least we can do.
have some orc stew.
Perhaps I have spent too long in the wilds. Your offer is kind, Thrall, but I must carry my own weight. Just show me what needs doing and I'll earn my keep.
Are you wearing a Batman hood?
I understand. Founding a nation is
Thrall's
tiresome
asking
work,
about it, Rexxar, not
and
vice
there
versa.
are many around here that could use your help. Simply talk to them, and they will point you in the right direction.
Simply talk to them, and they will give you some
This is
beacon
Rokan
requests.
of the Darkspear tribe. He is one of my best scouts.
How you doing, man?
Anyway, here he is. I'm not saying you should take him with you. Oh, wait. I'm saying you should take him with you. Yes. New unit. Rokar. Hailing from the Darkspear tribe of the Echo Isles, this troll tracker is Thrall's best scout and will serve as your loyal companion to Rexxar. So, yeah.
Don't worry. Be happy.
He will be a member of our party for this entire adventure. Thrall's like, here's some guy.
My
Check it out.
Years.
And he's actually, in my opinion, a better character than the hero, because he's got healing powers. So, what you've got here, I guess we can do this with him as well.
Ready to track.
So, these heroes are a little special. They have 3 regular skills and an ultimate, like all heroes, but they also have the ability to increase their stats. You can use a level up point, because you can get up to 15, I think. So, like, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4, no, it can't be 15, it must be 20. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12. Wait, 4... Oh, no, because you start out with,
Abidjaman. Unleash my strength.
This equalizes at some point, because we have level 1 and level 1. Oh, but, okay, never mind. So it'd be 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Plus 4 is 18. So I think 18 is your max level. Even though Rexxar seems to have stuff going on. I don't know. I forget how it all works out. But you do get to use all of these. So you have 4 different levels of skill instead of 3. And your ultimate has 2 levels instead of you just get your ultimate at some point. And then adding 3 points to all stats. Just adds 3 points to all stats. And as you can see, strength gives you hit points and hit point regeneration. Agility gives you armor and Attack speed and intelligence gives you mana and mana regeneration, and then whatever your primary stat is, that also gives you attack. Huzzah. So this is kind of the least valuable, because you're getting like... Well, actually, the first point was pretty good. There's definitely diminishing returns, but as I was saying again, there's just not that much challenge to this mode.
I got the righteous groove.
And you've got to... you can't just dump everything into one skill at first. Like, you've got to get up to level 3 before you can have any of these skills at level 2. Because Healing Wave is by far the most important thing Rokon is going to bring to the table. He can also... he does this thing that... He hexes enemies. I think Serpent Ward's probably more useful. It makes a little thing appear that attacks enemies and lasts for 40 seconds or whatever.
What lies before me? Don't worry. Be happy. Unleash my strength. I'm ready to track.
But we will often...
You bet, Trixie.
Be switching to having all of our units selected, and during any battle of any real difficulty,
Sweet.
it'll be Rokon healing everybody will be what I'm actively doing while just letting everyone else attack. So there you go. We came into this town and he's like, I've heard of you guys who are half... What was it? Half ogre, half whatever the hell. It's a huge honor to meet you. I'm really excited. Have a troll to be your constant companion forever. Feel free to go do quests. So that's kind of where we're at. But I like it because I like the orcs. I like the idea of this, like, they don't seem to have women. That's not what I like about them. But I do like the idea that they're kind of building their society. They're all rough and they're very like Worf, manly man-y, which is why it was kind of fun to say, a warrior city, a warrior's drink, a warrior hat, etc.
I'm acting on instinct.
I'm acting on instinct is a very stupid little piece of dialogue that you keep saying. Peons, by the way, are completely invulnerable. They're totally invincible peons.
Ah, you're one of the Machnathal. I am
Hello.
Rexxar. I fought alongside your elders on Draenor many years
What's his
ago.
name?
Still, if you've come to help, I do have a simple task for you.
Illidan has disguised himself as an orc
I've
here.
been concocting a special potion that will aid our warriors in battle. However, I'm missing a key ingredient.
Love.
I require shimmerweed, but the rare herb can only be found in the valley known as Thunder Ridge.
Which is surprisingly nearby.
Normally, I would gather the herbs myself, but the thunder lizards from whom the valley is named have become increasingly hostile of late. If you retrieve 6 bushels for me, I will reward you handsomely.
Of course, as I've just implied, this is incredibly dangerous, and you will surely die. So we've got our first quest. Thunder Herb. Collect 6 Shimmerweed herbs. And then return to Rexxar. But there are other quests that are also marked on the map with little thingies. There's Nazgrel. Let's go see what he's got going on. There's little green exclamation marks in a circle on the map.
I am Nazgrel, captain of the war chief's
Would you like some prune juice? It's a warrior's
We've been having
drink.
problems with the indigenous creatures attacking our borders. Perhaps you can help. The harpies of the northern foothills have been
Indigenous
ransacking our
creatures,
supply
huh?
caravans for weeks. If you can
Good
find their
reaction.
lair and put an end to their rampage, I'll see to it that you're rewarded.
These indigenous creatures, we have to get them Christianity and diseased blankets as soon as possible. So you can buy guys to follow you, but they won't leave this main map. And as you can probably guess, considering how little we've traveled and how much of the map is explored, this entire campaign does not take place on this map. So, at one point in my off-screen, I had a pack beast running around, just for the sake of inventory management. But that's kind of annoying because I'll occasionally get killed, and I haven't decided if I'm going to bother with one. But no, generally you don't want to waste money on this. You want to be buying... Because if these creatures die, they die. And you don't get, like I said, you don't get to bring them with you to other places. So
What
you're
lies
better
before
off
me?
coming to, like, the armory and buying stuff here. But we won't have a lot of money at first. I was provided Rexxar with a place to store excess equipment. But, he didn't bother to tell you about it because we didn't record dialogue for it.
Ah, new guy, huh? I'm Gazlo, chief engineer around these parts. But enough about me. We got work to do, buddy.
No, I'd love to hear more about you, man.
See, me and my boys have been dredging out tunnels beneath the city.
Like, why are you
looking
working
for
with the
underground
orcs
wells.
particularly?
Problem is, we dug straight into a den of kobolds. Now those rat freaks are running willy-nilly all
You're a
over our
fink, rat
tunnels.
fink.
I need you to hook up with my boys and seal those kobolds back in their hole. Yeah, just find the tunnel entrance outside of town, and my boys will set you straight.
And what do we get for this? Well, whatever.
My quarry nears.
So I believe we have to do all 3 of these quests. There are definitely optional quests, but the main story I don't think is going to get going until we do these quests and start helping the dudes here.
Das Dingo. I feel you, man. I feel you, man.
Do you feel him, Mon?
Das Dingo. Sweet. You be tricksy. I feel you, man.
But yeah, fighting regular enemies is just gives you a little bit of experience. I don't know, I guess you get gold for each kill too.
Sweet. You be tricksy. Das Dingo. I'm ready to track.
So we've summoned Wilbeast to
Unleash my strength.
power up our combat capabilities here.
I wander
So yeah, let's just
alone.
kind of explore this corner of the map before we do the
Got
quest.
the scent.
So occasionally you will find useful
On the
stuff.
prowl. I wander
But
alone.
most of the overworld in this game is just of pretty limited usefulness to you, actually. It's just a place for lots and lots of creatures to spawn for you
Our
to
paths converge.
periodically fight. You can safely just ignore them and get on with the main story.
Das Dingo. Unleash my strength.
Unleash my Taz Dingo strength.
I wander alone. On the prowl. My quarry nears. Flush them out.
So we'll take out some centaur tents. That will not stop them from respawning, but it still feels pretty good.
I'm ready to track. Our paths converge. I've got the scent. I'm acting on instinct.
And if we go too far afield of our beginning quest, we will start to run into
Acting on
enemies that are a
instinct.
pain in the butt for us to handle. So that's not really valuable.
I wander alone. Our paths converge. On the prowl. I've got the scent.
We do seem to have rather bypassed... Oh, here it
I
is.
wander alone.
We walked right past it. As I was afraid of there.
I've got the scent.
Crossing a shimmering zone boundary will transfer to a new area, and then it was going to go on to say something about like the guys I hire in Ogrimmar, including the Kodo beast that carries around equipment. Like I will eventually hit a point where I'm probably spend more time agonizing over what gear to bring with me and what gear to leave behind or sell than I should, because eventually I'll have more than my heroes can carry. But until you reach that point, And you know, having a beast walking around
On
helps
the
with that a bit,
prowl.
but you know, it's not necessary.
Whoa, you're a big one.
Woohoo!
Gazlo said he'd be sending some muscle.
You got the big
Goblins
one.
have a plan.
Of course. If you can get us close enough to the tunnel support beams.
Which one of
we'll
those
blast
two on the
them to
left is talking? I don't think it's the guy on the right.
Got to
'Cause
collapse the
we
ceiling
can see
on
his
top
mouth
of
and it's
those
not
rocks
moving.
And fix our problem up real nice.
Mm-hmm. So we want to destroy the support golems and report our success to Gazlo. Gazlo is, of course, famous as the radio DJ in Grand Theft Auto 3.
Take your time. Look around.
So the Assassin Blade I actually kept around with me for a while. Increase attack speed, agility, armor. I mean, I bought one of these and actually kept it around. It stayed with my hero for quite a while. 5 bonus damage to the attack of the hero when carried. 4 damage per second, slow enemy movement speed. It's a nice one,
What lies before me?
but I don't currently have any money for it.
Our paths converge. I got the righteous groove.
And I really agonized about getting rid of stuff like this.
I'm
Is the
ready to track.
it's a 15% chance to stun the enemy and increases hero's attack damage by 1. I agonized about getting rid of it in my off-screening because I couldn't replace it, and then realized, what the hell, it's junk. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa,
I'm
whoa.
acting on instinct.
Careful
Flush
here.
them out.
You need the sappers,
What lies before me?
but you have to like clear a path for them.
Yes, what? Huh? Off we go.
They kind of talk like Elmo, and I'm not sure why.
Wrecking crew here.
I wander alone.
Primed and ready.
Our paths converge. You bet, Trixie.
That was kind of a waste of MP, probably.
On the prowl. I've got the scent.
But if you were paying attention to the game's story and not to my stupid quips, you will know that we are trying to get to
I'm
like
ready to track.
some cave entrances so that we can bomb the places that they are using to get in. I stayed away from Stormbolt for a long time in my off-screening and preferred to do attribute boost at first. And no, I think this time I'll just get my full bevy of skills.
I'm acting on instinct. Our paths converge. I wander alone. I've got the scent.
Crew here.
On the prowl.
Primed and ready.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not talking that much. I'm just, what we've got here is a scout who is loyal to Ogrimmar, and just some dude who's like, you know what, I feel like,
Converge. This must be one of the support beams. It's all yours, goblins. On the prowl.
it's a little bit of an early boss battle here to keep all this shit straight.
Yes, what? Huh?
Elbow blow up column.
I feel you, man.
Primed and ready.
Oh, I have to actually make it do its thing. Okay. I was wondering when that was actually going to work. one of 3 columns is destroyed. And if you're worried about it, as I was when I first played through, blowing up the columns doesn't seem to stop you from... I'm going to take over the Meep saves. Blowing up the columns doesn't stop you from coming back here and fighting these enemies, should you so choose. At any rate, kind of lost track of the time, and I'm going to call it a video here. And when we come back next time, yeah, we've got... what the hell are we doing? We're getting Razorweed to help some Illidan wannabe to make a potion. We're trying to help the goblin miners who are aiding the village somehow beat these kobolds. And I don't remember what the other quest was. But, oh yeah, harpies. Harpies are attacking supply trains, so we have to take out the harpies. Harpies are infinitely respawning, but if we take out a plot harpy, it will count as having done some good somehow, some way. So we're going to do all that and then find out where the story takes us, because right now we're just kind of having a relaxing, non-linear adventure, Steamboat Chronicles. Thanks for watching.